Hey everybody, it's John here from VidGamiac.com. Here we are today back in Valiant Hearts, grabbing the They'll All Be Remembered achievement, which is to find all of the collectibles. Starting from the very beginning of the game, you're going to get your first one during boot camp when you learn to toss a grenade. You're going to blow up the Scarecrow Man, and he will drop his helmet. You want to make sure you pick it up, and that will be your first collectible. And all the collectibles have some historical significance, so you can read on the cool facts and all that stuff, and learn a little something about World War I. But anyways, the second one is going to be when you are tasked with raising the French flag. It will be to the right of it, right there. The third one, once you get to the train station, what you want to do is you want to make sure you pick up this bottle of wine once that dude drops it, and then toss it towards the bell. It should ring and drop a whistle. After that, what you want to do is you want to pick up the bottle again, and then you want to make your way to the right. You are going to give it to this officer who's going to get drunk on the job. And after that, what you want to do is you want to make your way to the right, and you want to keep mashing the A button to pick up the collectible. It's a little hidden behind that one soldier, so make sure you pick that up and move on. You're going to have this band off to the right here. You're going to have to interact with them in a specific order. You want to talk to the second guy, then the fourth guy, then the third guy, and then the first guy. Once again, that order is 2, 4, 3, 1, and you should get the guy moving out of the way so you can climb up here and make sure you pick up the collectible off to the right, and that will be your fifth one. You should get your first achievement. It's going to be for 30 gamer score. It will be called Never Forget for picking up 5 historical items. Alright, moving on to the next level. This is when you're in Marne. You want to make sure you grab it. It's behind that cart. A little later on, you're going to have this segment with the grenade. You are going to have to grab it in the corner right here. It's a little hidden behind the bush, but make sure you do that before you go grenading. Alright, once you get to the bridge, you are going to have to pick up a brick, toss it over by the sandbags to distract the one guard. Once he goes away, just go down and go all the way down here and make sure you pick it up. It will be to the right of the ladder. After that segment, so what you want to do is you are going to have this grenade. You're going to blow up the dynamite to fix the bridge, and then you are going to cross said bridge. So once that gets taken care of, you are going to walk across. Where the bridge touches the natural land will be your collectible hidden right there. And then you can move on. This is when you are in the farmhouse. You're going to have to break this open to grab a bottle. You want to use said bottle, throw it up here to distract the guard. And then you want to climb the ladder, and then you want to head towards the room on the right. You want to break that down and then grab it. It will be right here. And then what you want to do is you want to take out the guard and then head up to the third floor. You want to grab one of these fruits, and then you want to break this open and then throw the fruit at the bell to ring it. I recommend standing next to the ladder so you have a running start. So once you ring it, he'll be distracted. You can climb the ladder. You want to make sure you bash his brains out and then grab the collectible. It will be on top of the bell. Alright, moving on. This is the level when you are a POW and you meet the dog for the first time. What you want to do is you want to go into the kitchen, go all the way to the left. You should find a picture right here. Make sure you pick that up. Some stuff's going to happen and you're going to end up in the trenches. What you want to do is you want to work your way down here. And you actually can sequence break this one. If you remember to bring a bottle down here, you can throw it at the artillery shells and just dig up this cross. But there is another way in case you forgot to bring up a bottle, and I'll show you that way as well. But I got that one a little bit earlier than I was supposed to. But what you want to do is you want to work your way down the ladder. Make sure you dig out the area on the left. There is another collectible there. And we're going to move on to the right. Now, this is the proper way to get that previous collectible. As you can see, there is a ladder up there. And I will show you how to bring it down. So you want to break that open. And you want to look for a mound of dirt on the ground here. It looks like this. Then what you want to do is you want to hit the right bumper to get the dog in command mode, and then hit A. Make sure you use him to dig up the bone, and then what you want to do is you want to use this and take out the ladder, and that should bring it down, and you can climb up and then dig through the other side. Once again, you can sequence break this if you remember to bring an extra bottle down here, but it doesn't really matter because you can get it the same. Anyways, we're going to move on to this part. This is another part of the trench. Instead of digging down, you want to dig up. This one's hard to miss because you can see it in plain sight. Super duper easy. And then what you want to do is you're going to be in this part. This is another level when you switch to the American. You're going to be going downhill. Once you clip open the barbed wire, you're going to hide behind this thing, wait for a break in the machine gun fire before busting this thing down. Bust it down and then head into the mud, and then you're going to have another one. A lot of this level looks repetitive, so pay attention to the background and the little differences, because there is a lot of segments where you have to take cover from machine gun. But this is right before you get in the tunnels. You want to pick up the coins right there. Alright, this is after the dynamite puzzle, and you want to use the plunger and blow up the floor. And then what you want to do is you want to climb the ladder and then head up in our nicely creative platform. And you're going to be in this bunker. Make sure you grab the knife on the ground. Moving on, this is, you want to dig down, and this is when you're doing the box puzzle. What you want to do is you want to use the lever, bring the chains down all the way, and grab the crate. Then you want to hit the up switch and bring it to the middle area right before you take your dog down. And you want to climb over this and then climb to the other side, and you can grab the dog tag. Moving on, this is after we get into the bottom room with the poison machine. What you want to do is you want to work your way to the right. This is a little bit after the previous one. Make sure you grab it on the other side of the cart. It will be a gas mask. After you solve the poison puzzle, you want to climb this ladder right here, and then you are going to be on the battlefield. All the poison should be gone, and your homies can advance. Instead of following them, what you want to do is you want to go to the left and look for the collectible. It will be in another mound of dirt. Once again, hit the bumper, and then just use your dog to dig it up. Alright, this is when you're getting nuked by the Zeppelins. Just keep running to avoid suffocating in the poison gas. You are going to have to break this open to get into the mines while your friend runs over. So break that open and make sure you grab the collectible before pressing on. And then a little bit after that, you want to keep working your way down the trench, and you're going to be in this area with another puzzle. You're going to have to get your guy down here before he suffocates. You want to make sure you break this, and you have to do this pretty quickly because he's about to die. Make sure you use your dog to not go into the basket, but dig up this mound of dirt and grab the collectible. There it is. Alright, after you free your friends, you can solve the puzzle on your own. I'm pretty sure you know how to. It's pretty easy. He's going to thank you, and then he can cut open the barbed wire and then give you access to another collectible. Once again, in plain sight, super duper hard to miss. It will be a broken pocket watch. Moving on to the next level, this is when you're sneaking around and what have you. You're going to go through this area. This is the part where you have the guys running back and forth, and you need to take turns taking cover behind the wooden fortifications. But you want to work your way to the left. You have to go right to progress in the level, but there is a collectible off to the left here. And what you want to do is you want to use the dog button again and make sure you use him to dig it up. And if you're worried, you can always take cover and wait for the dudes to pass. Alright, this is when you get to the other side. So this is when you head to the right side after you've solved the puzzle to get the clippers and stuff. You are going to open up the barbed wire and then head back into the trenches. You want to make sure you dig to the left and grab this. It's like a canteen or a tea kettle or something. This is a little later on. This is when you first use the dog to distract an officer. Make sure you do that. Bash him in the head with your spoon. And then head to the next area. You have this guy dying. But of course, achievements are more important, so we're going to let him die and then bust our way into this room. Make sure you attack the crate and get this thing to drop. And then pick it up. This is when we're back in the trenches. We have another little stealth puzzle. We're going to have to head in this room to get the bottle. And make sure you grab it. It's on the right before you move the keg. So grab that. This is after we get said bottle and have to go back. It's in that same room. Make sure you work your way to the right. And then you have this part. Tell the dog to get into the basket. And then you have this guy. Throw the bottle to distract him and then bash his brains out. And then what you want to do is you want to head to the next room. And this is the room with the lever. You want to make sure you look to the right and grab the tin of sardines. After that, this is when you're getting the key to get into the next part. What you want to do is you want to work your way all the way to the left until you can see the collectible and make sure you grab it before you grab the keys. That's very important. You won't be able to see it if you just look at the keys. Alright, so this is when we are in the bombed out city. What you want to do is you want to head to the left and make sure you dig it up behind the guy with the top hat. It will be a flyer of some sort. Then what you want to do is you want to use your dog to drag out this dying guy before he burns to death. He already has a broken leg, don't want to give him any more troubles. But grab the lever with the dog. He's reunited with his wife and the nurse. And other stuff. Now that you have the lever, what you want to do is you want to work your way to the house off to the far right. that guy is in some serious need of a lever, so we're going to give it to him through this series of puzzles. Make sure you head into the basement and grab the collectible on the left. It will be a pair of overalls. And then what you want to do is you want to head back up to the second floor. You want to turn the crank thing and get the lift all the way down. Then what you want to do is you want to give the lever to the dog, and then you want to head back into the basement, and you want to tell your dog to get on the lift, and then go back up to the first floor, and then use the crank and crank the dog all the way up so we can give the dude the lever, and everyone can be happy, and you can get some achievements and be on your way to some more gamer score or trophies if that's your thing. But give the dude the lever, and he'll jam it in the lever holder thingy, and then he's gonna get on the lift. Tell your dog to hit the lift, and he should float gently down, and then he'll get off and he can be happy and stuff. And then what you want to do is you want to tell your dog to push you back on the lift, and then you can get up here, open up this cabinet, and you will find a nice collectible. And have fun getting down, by the way. It's another puzzle in and of itself that once again isn't hard to figure out, but you know, is a thing. Alright, make your way to the house on the left. You want to break this open. You have this little girl who can't move this wardrobe, so we're going to move it out of the way for her, and she'll constantly look back and forth before getting set on fire. She'll go outside. Once she does that, you want to make sure you push the wardrobe back, because we got to put our toys back where we found them. That's how things work. So we're going to set this thing on fire, and then grab the clipper thingy-majiggies, and then head upstairs. And now we're in this area. What you want to do is you want to head to the right. There will be another cabinet here. Make sure you open it up and grab the collectibles. Best thing to do during wartime is to loot the hell out of everyone's houses. So after you get that, you want to head up to the tippy top floor. You're going to use the cutters to cut open this thing. The beam should fall down. That guy should be rescued. Tell your dog to go in the fire and dig up a nice surprise. It will be a letter or a postcard of some sort. Alright, after you rescue everyone and everyone's happy and they're your homies, you can use them to push open the statue base and give you access to the underground. So what you want to do is you want to head into the underground. Of course, you have to pet your dog because, you know, job well done. And then what you want to do is you want to look to the right of the ladder before heading up and going through the cathedral. Make sure you grab that, and you should be on your merry way. Alright, moving on to the next level. This is when you're in Paris playing as the nurse. What you want to do is, at the start of the level, you want to run into the house and then open up the cabinet, grab the item. You want to pick up the coal. You're going to need at least 2 of these. One to get the key. I got it on accident my first time. The bird got in the way. But if you want the collectible, you want to use the coal and then throw it at these 2 birds here. They should drop the collectible, and you can get it once you're on the streets. But once you do that, you can use the key, open up the door. Apparently we got locked in our own room somehow, and some pigeon stole our key. But once you're on the ground floor, you can grab the collectible next to that little girl. When we are out in the streets, this is the collectible the birds dropped. It is a watch. And make sure you grab that. This is when you pass the broken car. Make sure you grab the wheel and then put it back on the car. And then underneath said wheel will be the collectible. There it is. Not that many collectibles in that level. This is when we are out in the field. At the start of the level, after you rescue your first guy, you want to look to the left, and there will be a collectible in there. Head into the medical tent, open up the locker next to the dying soldiers, and grab the socks. Then what you want to do is you want to leave said medical tent. And then what you want to do is you want to head into the back area, look to the left, and there will be a collectible by this tree. And then what you want to do is you want to head back and then head towards the right. Now we're going to go past the medical tent and look at all the cool stuff on the right side. Say hi to that guy. Underneath his car will be another collectible. Huge pile of dead guys here. You want to jump into the pile of dead guys and then look for the collectible on top of said dead guys. And then what you want to do is you want to run all the way to the right of the screen. So keep that analog stick held. And you see the wooden cross and all that stuff, some more destruction. And here it is in this random pile of dirt. Then what you want to do is you want to move on to the next level after solving some puzzles. After that little girl, some tragic stuff I don't want to spoil. Once you break into her house, more stuff is going to happen that I don't want to spoil. You're going to break open this rubble, and in said rubble will be the next collectible. Alright, you're going to have to climb up this treehouse to save that little girl's mom. I said I wouldn't spoil it, but I did because this has to do with the next collectible. But after you rescue her, she'll give you your next collectible. So, you know, she didn't die. She gave us part of an achievement. 1/119th of an achievement, because there are 119 collectibles. This is in the cathedral. After you open up the basement, you are going to have to open up the window to let out the poison gas. And then you have another guy you have to revive. And I'm cutting out the quick time events because, you know, don't want to be here all day. This is already a super long video. You don't want to see me mess up in easy quick time events. But there's the next collectible. This is when you get to the next house, the kind of mansion-ish house. You want to head upstairs and then head all the way to the tippy top floor. In this cabinet will be some more treasures. Gonna loot some teacups while we're at it. Alright, after that, what you want to do is you want to head to the next room, and in here will be a painting. Knock it down to get the keys. I hide all my keys behind my paintings because that's the thing to do if you own a nice house. Anyways, head downstairs and head down these stairs, and now we're on the ground floor. You have to push the dresser drawer arm wire thing, and then you can climb up and then out of the house. Now what you want to do is you want to go all the way over here and into the shed, and then you can open up the jail cell and then grab the collectible behind the painting. This should be the sort of halfway mark, so you should get an achievement. I think it's for finding 50 of the historical items, so there we go. Then what you want to do is you want to head further down the shed. There should be a vault down here. The combination is 468 in case you want to pay attention to the cryptic puzzle. If you want the solution to the puzzle, it is on the paintings that gives you all the numbers, but I saved you some time there and just told you. In here will be some kind of secret lab or what have you. Open up this thing and you should get a chemical formula. And after that, we can move on to the next level. This is the Zeppelin crash level. You're going to use the dog to distract a soldier. Then what you want to do is you want to sneak up behind him, and then you want to undistract him, so cancel the dog's actions. He should walk past, so you kind of want to have to wait for him to go this way, and then you can sneak past him. On the ground should be a collectible. Hurry up and get it, and then hide back into the shadows before that dude sees you. That's a little bit after that. You're going to get to the Zeppelin. Once you head on inside, before you do the next puzzle, grab it in the wreck right here. Before you rescue the German dude, I forget his name, you want to head to the right and grab the broken pistol. And make sure you do that. This is when you're trying to rescue him through the Zeppelin crash. You're going to have to climb up here, and then what you want to do is you want to head to the left, and it will be on this slanted part. Make sure you grab that. The next part, this is when you're switching between the characters. When you do your first character switch, so when the dog goes in the background, you get control of the American. Make sure you grab it off to the left before you do anything else. After you do that, you can solve the puzzle. You're going to need to command the dog to push the lever, and then you have to pull your lever at the same time. That should drain the river. You want to work your way all the way to a point where you can do another character change. So tell the dog to go into the hole. That'll move him into the foreground, and you get control of the French dude again. You want to work your way to the left and then head back to the riverbed and then grab it right here. After that, we're going to move on to the next level. We are in some trenches during the winter time. You want to head to the left, and then past the stove will be another collectible right here. Alright, we are going to have to leave and back into the snow. And then what you want to do, you want to climb this ladder, and there will be a deck of cards in the barbed wire here. Make sure you grab it. And then what you want to do is, this is after everything gets bombed to hell, so you have a puzzle and then stuff's going to happen. You are going to have to head into the trench here, and before you move on, grab the collectible in this pile of rubble. It's going to be a helmet. Anyways, you have this part, so you have the commander. He's going to tell your troops to go this way, go the other way, and grab the whistle. Then what you want to do is, this is when you're back outside, you're going to have to solve this puzzle. You get the sticks and then throw it and try to get the artillery to explode, and then you have access to the other side. So work your way across here. Here are all my failed attempts, as you can see. But once you're here, some stuff's going to happen. by some stuff's gonna happen. This thing's gonna break, and once that breaks, you want to head to the left and grab the collectible off to the left in the rubble. The final one is when you are in this bunker. Instead of going up and doing stuff, you want to head into the basement, and in the basement should be this flag. Make sure you grab it, and you can move on to the next level. Alright, in this level, you're going to be running away from some stuff. You're going to have this part with some poison. You want to count the places you can dig. So it will be the fourth one. So the fourth patch of dirt is the one where you can dig. And then what you want to do is you want to dig down. You want to kind of leave a space here and wait for that gas to go away. Once it goes away, continue to dig. Once you're down here, you want to head to the left. You have another area where you can dig. And past this skull will be a shovel. So now we have 2 shovels. We can dual wield. But anyways, this is when you get to the base, so some more digging segments later. You have this part where you need to use your dog to distract the stove guy, and then he should be distracted. The stove should go out, allowing us to continue our dig down. And keep digging, and underneath this pipe to the left will be your next collectible. A little bit after that, this is when you get into the building. Undistract the dude, or you can distract him the other way. Up to you. And then we're going to bash his brains out, and then we're going to climb the ladder, and that guy's getting shot, so we should probably do something. But achievements come first, and on the top floor of this bunker area should be a locker, and in the locker will be a foot locker, so, you know, lockerception. Anyways, once you get control of the American, this is when you're heading this way. You are going to have a stealth segment. Make sure you use the dog to distract the guard, and you can bash his brains in with a shoulder tackle. Head into this room, and then what you want to do is you want to climb up, and then in here will be another locker for us to loot, and you want to make sure you grab that. Alright, after that, this is when we're heading down the hallway, so you want to make sure you time this right. You want to make sure you go into this room while the guard has his back towards you. Open up this locker and grab the collectible. You can try to sneak out, but every time I've tried to get this collectible, that guard always shoots me in the face, so you're best of luck. Some stuff's gonna happen, some spoilerific stuff, but you are going to switch to the other character and have to go through the same part with him. But this time you have the shovel, so you can do some digging segments. So go back into the room with the first locker, and then instead of going to the locker on the left, you want to head to the right, and there should be a digging segment here. So you can use your shovel to dig that out, and then have a nice little walk all the way to the next bunker. So stroll along through here until you get to this part, dig some more tunnels. Once you're in here, go through this door, and then look for it on the left right here before the next parts. Alright, next level, you are in the concentration camps. You are another POW, this time with the German dude. Now, what you want to do is you want to first head all the way to the left. You are going to go into the laundry room. We got an achievement here, the Helpful Laundryman achievement. You want to move the lift out of the way and grab the collectible right here. It will be some dirty clothes or something. But head on outside, and then what you want to do, head to the left, go into the background area, and then we are going to go to the far left, grab this by the fence, and then what you want to do, head to the bathhouse, and then climb all the way up to the pipes area. Well, make sure you turn this thing once to the left. That way you can get the collectible to drop. I think it's another dog tag. There we go. Moving on, we're going to leave the bathhouse now. And I'm getting the collectibles first, but you can solve the puzzles along the way if you want to. You want to work your way to the right, to the barracks, where the soldiers sleep. So head on in here, and then take a left, and over here should be another letter. After you grab that, you want to head on back outside. This is after we get the pipe. So if you've been solving the puzzles, this is the last puzzle. You're going to get the pipe, give it to the chef. He should step outside for a smoke break. Grab the collectible before doing the next puzzle. Alright, this is the next level. It's going to be all dark. Once you rescue the scientist, you're going to pull him out from underneath some rubble. And then he should have the collectible underneath him. So grab him out, and then grab the collectible right here. And then after he turns on the lights, so there's a little bit after that, you want to head outside, and in here will be another locker. And open said locker, and you should get another collectible. And then you can move on. This is after we drive the tank and come to a dead end. You want to hop out and then head to the right, climb this ladder, and head into this room To the right will be another collectible. It will be some coins. Now, if you remember during the tank driving sequence, there was a locker you passed. You want to make sure you backtrack and open up that locker, because there is a collectible in here that's very easy to miss. So open that up. It will be a dead rat, and you can continue on to the next level. This is when you're doing the cart puzzle. What you want to do is you want to push this cart over here. After you figure out how to get it down, you want to climb up and then climb the ladder. And once you're up here, what you want to do is you want to work your way to the right and then grab it. It will be right here. It will be a hat, a construction hat. But past said construction hat will be a place you can dig. Use your dog, get underneath the poison gas, and then dig it up. It will be a stethoscope thingy. But after that, you have this puzzle with the dynamite. You want to bring the lift all the way to the far right. You want to chuck a piece of dynamite in here, and then what you want to use when you use the crank, dip it in the fire to get it lit, and then bring it all the way to the right. It should ignite and blow up this piece of dirt. The collectible should drop, and make sure you grab it. It will be another knife-like item. This is after you get the plunger. You're going to connect it to the wires. You're going to blow up the thing and rescue your homie, and then you have some more homies you have to rescue. Before you do that, make sure you dig up the dirt pile underneath this column right here, and you could be on your merry way. After that, you're going to have this part. What you want to do is you want to dig down here, and you want to stay to the left and then dig across the ground. You should find a tin here and grab it. A little bit after that, you're going to pass that guy. This is in the second trench part, in case you get lost. So when you're trying to explode the floor to kill the Germans, you want to make sure you grab a bottle and then dig this part out and then grab it. It will be another dog tag. And you are trying to get a crate to operate the lift. But once you manage to get it up, so after you get the tool, you're going to get the crate up here. And if you move it out of the way, there will be the collectible off to the left. So make sure you grab that before you complete the puzzle. Alright, moving on, we're the German guy again. Escaping from trouble. We are going to have this part. Once you get into the background, grab the collectible off to the left. This is when we're climbing this tree. You're going to have to use these apples to distract the guards. The guards have never seen golden apples in their life, so they are really into those apples. But once you do that, what you want to do is you want to head down, and then down here, and then head to the left. If you notice you passed by a farmhouse on your way here, you want to go into said farmhouse, so you have to crank this thing to get it open, and this takes a while, so have fun doing that. But once you get it open, just head on inside, and then what you want to do, you want to open up this locker, and then grab your next collectible. Alright, moving on to the next segment. This is when you're crossing the bridge. Before you grab a bottle, you want to make sure you climb down to the lower part. Look behind the bushes. There should be some animal skin back here. Alright, this is the annoying scarecrow segment. What you want to do is you want to pick up the scarecrow and then carry it with you, and obviously put it down wherever the guards give you trouble. And then you have to hide behind the scarecrow. And then what you want to do is you want to run and grab the flyer whenever you have an opening. This is the part with the flares. You want to look for the collectible. It will be behind this giant tree. It's hard to miss, but you can't miss it because you can't really see it when everything's all dark, obviously. So make sure you stop by this tree and grab it. It will be in cover, so you don't have anything to worry about. So you can move on to the next level. This is the Battle of the Somme. You are probably going to focus on getting the achievement to keep your dudes alive, the Brother's Keeper achievement, but there is a reward for getting that achievement. If you manage to keep your platoon alive during the first segment, you should get a collectible. So this collectible will appear out of nowhere. Your first collectible you should get for just doing it, but if you manage to keep all 5 dudes alive, you can grab it. It will be underneath your tank. So that one is technically missable because you have to get it while going for another achievement, but make sure you do that. Climb into the basement and then put out the fuse and then grab the thing on the left. Make sure you put out the fuse first because you can miss the Brother's Keeper achievement if you mess that part up. Anyways, once you're in the little girl's house, make sure you grab the phonograph on the right. Alright, this is after we get into town. We are trying to find a uniform. So we're going to head into this library area. You want to head up to the second floor, use the dog to help you out. Grab a sausage. The guards will chase after him. Then you can steal a uniform, and then you should be good. After that, what you want to do is there will be a couple collectibles. one on each floor pretty much. So there'll be one in the attic. It'll be all the way to the left right here, and then there's one in the basement. So grab the one in the attic and then head down to the basement and make sure you grab that one, or you can grab the basement one first and then grab the one in the attic. You're gonna have to head back up to the attic later, so probably getting the basement one might be more efficient, but you know, all roads lead to Rome, right? Or France in this game, I guess. But yeah, so grab that collectible and once again head all the way back up to the attic, and it's up to you if you want to walk that far, but head up to the attic, head up the stairs, and then head up the ladder. We're back where we started. Head to the right, and then in here, what you want to do is you want to climb down, and then you have this part, so you want to use the crank, and then you have this soldier's outfit. Make sure you change into it. Get the ladder down, and then you can climb up here. You can also backtrack if you need to. But you're going to need the dog for this one, so go out the gate and then come back in to get the dog to reappear. Use the dog and dig up this mound of dirt, and then you can get the next collectible. It's going to be a hat. After that will be this part. You're going to have to do a puzzle. I'm not going to spoil it, but once that guy opens up the door, you could go into his room, go on the balcony, and grab this provocative photo. After that, this is the next level. We're going to do some more uniform changes, but next to that uniform will be a dog tag. You want to head down to this floor, and you want to use the vault combination. The combination will be 815, in case you are wondering, or you don't want to solve it the traditional way. You just want the vault open. You're going to need to grab a backpack and a rifle in here, but also in here will be a bayonet, which is a collectible, so grab that. Alright, once you have your uniform, you can get past this guy and then head into the backyard. You want to go to the left, and you want to make sure you grab an apple, and then you want to give the apple to this guy. He really loves apples, and he will give you a collectible for having an apple. So once you have that taken care of, you are going to be back in the trenches. You want to bust this thing open once you head in here. Then what you want to do is you want to head to the foreground, and then look to it on the right before the next puzzle. After you get both the dog's gas mask and your gas mask, you can head back to the battlefield and look for the collectible. It will be next to this dead guy, next to the machine gun. Alright, so we're moving on to this part. This is when you have control of the American. You're going to have to go in this area. Make sure you head to the left in this destroyed bunker. This is after you destroy that bunker with the turrets. Alright, gonna move on to this part. You have this giant artillery thing that you're gonna have to use. Make sure you head into the basement and then grab it. It will be on the table. After that, you're gonna have this area. So you're gonna blow up that bunker. Now you have access to it. So head on inside, and then what you want to do is you want to head up to the second floor. Grab it. It will be next to the gunner right here. Moving on after that, this is when we're trying to rescue some people, some loved ones. You're going to use the dog to raise the cart, and then what you want to do is you want to crawl underneath the cart and look for the collectible on this table right here. This is the first house. We are going to do a gas segment. Alright, this is after the second house. You're going to make sure you grab a brick. Make sure you break the window, and then grab a second brick, and then run to the front of the house. This is the second house. There are 3 houses in this level, all gassed and stuff. So this is the second one. Make sure you use the 2 bricks to break open the 2 windows. Then you can do the puzzle. What you want to do is you want to head up here. Make sure you grab the basket in the back room before you tackle this on. By the way, that's probably important. So head into the back room, grab the basket right here, and then bring it back to the front. And you want to place this underneath the rope. Another reason we got the gas out of here is to improve our visibility. Also, the dog can't operate if it's like super gassy. So use that. Tell the dog to get into the basket, and then you can use the winch to pull him up, and then you can use the crank to get him to the other side. Once he gets to the other side, there should be a collectible right underneath his feet. So after you do that, you want to make sure you run after the dog and then tell him to pick up the next collectible. So it'll be right there. It'll be that candle thing. And then grab it, and then you want to head into the back room. So tell him to go into his little doggy hole, and then you go in the human hole, or the door as we call it. Tell him to hit the lever to get the bridge up. crawl under here, and then there will be a collectible off to the left here on this dead guy. This is when you are in the third and final house. You want to climb down the ladder. You're going to have to bust open the floor because there's some fire over there. So climb back up the ladder. You should fall through the floor. And then what you want to do is you want to grab the collectible next to the fireplace. Alright, the next level. This is the second to final level. The dude's going to tell you to go in the tent. Make sure you recruit all your homies. And after that, you can grab the collectible off to the left here. Then what you want to do is you're going to have to push open this crate of artillery shells. Make sure you push it all the way. As you can see, there's a collectible, so make sure you grab that. And then head up the lift and do some more soldier stuff. Alright, going to be in this area, machine gun fire all over the place. Make sure you take cover behind here, wait for a break in the machine gun fire, and then sprint across. You want to keep your eyes for it. It'll be on the ground. Make sure you grab it before you get your kneecaps blown off by the guns. Alright, you have this part. Same thing, pretty much. It's pretty much this whole level, you trying to take cover from the machine guns. You're going to break that open. You have this part where you have to dig with all the artillery rounds. This is annoying because you have to wait for the break in the machine gun fire. Then you have to dig around the artillery shells so you don't blow your face off. But you want to head to the left, and there will be a can opener here. Make sure you grab that, and you can carry on. This is when we get the roof blown off our trench and we're getting shelled. You want to look for the collectible right over here. Make sure you grab it. It will be a wristwatch. And then this is the final part when you have the cart. You want to make sure you hit the cart to get it going, and then you make sure you want to stop it whenever you have cover. I didn't know you could stop it the first time I played this, so I just let the cart roll downhill. I just hopped out and grabbed the collectible and had to run after it. But make sure you stop in the middle cover area. There will be a collectible here. Alright, last level, you're in the hospital. Once you get to the hospital, you want to head to the right. There will be a collectible here. This hospital is a freaking maze, so you want to kind of pay attention to where you're going, or else you will get lost. Head upstairs, and then head to the left. There will be a cabinet here. Make sure you grab the syringe. Head into the back area where the infirmary is, and you want to head to the right. There will be a locker in the middle. You want to make sure you grab the gas mask, or the x-ray mask rather. Then what you want to do is you want to head downstairs, head across this hallway, and then head into the basement. You need to head down here to get the medical kit off to the right, but off to the left will be some more lockers, and in said lockers will be your final collectible. And right before you beat the game, you should get your achievement. There it is, for a whopping 200 gamer score, and that's all there is to it.